My name is Jay-Narang. Yes, I know. You don't know me as well as many other people that are running for this office. The reason for that is, I'll explain to you momentarily. So I'll tell you who I am. But before I get into that, let me, what should I call it? In Broward County, we have about 500,000 Democrat voters. And we have 250,000 of each Republicans and Independents. Now, for any Republican candidate to win in this county, you need to court the votes of the disenfranchised Democrats and the Independents. Without that support, it's just impossible for us to win elections. And this has been this way for many years. And then the impromptu Tea Party and groups like DC Works for Us tapped into the hearts and minds of independents, and the disenfranchised Democrats energized the Republicans, and results were Republicans won, and they won big. And during the last elections, we made many inroads into formerly safe Democrat seats. How did they do that? These voters did not want the same old Republican rerun ideas. They were tired of the rhetoric. They wanted real change with results. They wanted their voices to be heard. That is what I am offering to you with my candidacy for BREC Chairman. Real change from a fresh perspective. Not same old go along to get along recycled rhetoric. In my day job, I serve on an advisory board of a multi-million-dollar multinational company, and I work as vice president for a small IT consulting and staff augmentation business. In this position, I have built successful management teams that have carried my company to award-winning success within a large field of competing companies. So I have executive management experience, and that's what I bring to the table, and that is what I'm offering to BREC for free. If you approach the reorganization of BREC from the same ideas and people as in the past, you will get the same results. Anybody can make a list of ideas and plans that sound good to all. But how many have the talent to make it happen? Not many. I do. I do this for a living. This is my day job. Now, as BREC Chairman, I want to build a team using the talents and experiences of these fine people. People like Tom is knowledgeable about local elections. Head of the candidate identification team or candidate assistance team he could be if I build the management team. Richard could be an outreach person for the county clubs and religious organizations and precinct organizing. The BREC vice chair can oversee underlying committees. The secretary of BREC will have the computer and ancillary equipment updated. Treasurer is our chief financial officer. He'll work with the budget of BREC. And I would be open to listen to all the members of BREC to fresh and also proven ideas. What BREC needs is a chairman with leadership skills, management skills, organizational skills, and that is what I bring to the table. I know that together we can do this, so I ask for your vote to tap into my proven executive talent, help me build BREC into a strong, powerful voting force in Broward County. Thank you.
Okay, now we can take questions. Go ahead, Pam. And then I'll take one from this side.
If you have questions, please come up and use the microphones. It's the only way anybody can hear you.
Hi, I'm sorry, Mr. Narang, we didn't have a teleprompter for you, but I see that you were able to read from your notes very clearly. I have one question. You mentioned how successful you are, but part of that success came with a $239,000 government contract. So my question to you then is your loyalty going to be with the government or with the Republican Party? As of now, we want it to be very different.
Well, let me answer the first part of your question. It's, I don't repeat the same talk every day. So what I do is I come up with new ideas.
Excuse me. It was stimulus money. I'm sorry.
Okay. So, like I said, so it's not something that I just, these are my ideas, that they flow at all times, and as a leader, I put them down on a piece of paper. I don't want to miss out on the ideas that I may have for all of you and share them with you. That said, I don't know what money you're talking about, but I can tell you one thing, that it's no crime to get business from the government. The last I checked, it was still legal, and there was nothing wrong with that, unless you're pointing out some sort of impropriety or any kind of irregularity.
No, apparently you didn't hear my question. My question had nothing to do with legality, ethics, anything, except, sir, your loyalty, if somebody gives you money, whether you have to pay it back or not, you owe that entity.
I have no idea who gave me money and what you're talking about.
Well, I understand that
I don't think it's accurate what you're saying. Yeah. Yeah, your information is inaccurate, ma'am, and you're making unfounded accusations.
Stimulus money was given to his company.
This is not what you had us here for.
By the government. If he's head of BREC, then will he have dual loyalties? Because a lot of times you may.
Pam, I know. I think you need to sit down.
I don't think your intent was to.
Do we have another question on this side?
Considering the fact that we don't have any money in BREC and that we do have a lot of resources both in volunteers and RPOF resources such as Voter Vault, what do you think we can do with that to help the people running for office in March instead of worrying about growing BREC, which is not a bad idea, but obviously nobody's really done it in 10 years. What ideas do you have to use the resources we actually have that don't cost any money?
Well, there's so many things we can do to help the candidates. For example, simple things. We, as a party, have not reached out to the electorate at all. We show up only during the election time frame. It's not a good idea to dig the well when you get thirsty. You don't reach out to the electorate every time you need their votes. You start that now, and you start doing that often. And these things don't take much money. Essentially, what you do is, for example, our Broward headquarters for REC. You can put so many volunteers are itching to open that up and provide support at that office. Let's provide those volunteers there the opportunity to open up the office at regular business hours, contact different clubs within the county, and then disseminate that information to the rest of the county. So there's so many no-cost mechanisms we can do. Strategic action teams that could go out there and start candidate identification assistance, like I was talking about earlier. There's volunteer education programs. The thing is, anybody can come up with the ideas. The thing is, who has the ability to implement these ideas successfully, and who has done that? I have a proven track record of doing that. Does that answer the question for you, Anna? Okay.
Another question here, another question on the other side?
One of the points that you made was that there are a lot of disenchanted Democrats and a lot of independents that we have to appeal to. How do you plan on, I know as it stands, there isn't much membership and activity in BREC, but in addition to that, as chairman, how do you plan on maybe trying to grow the number of Republicans in the county as a whole and to appeal to those independents, maybe to get them to come back, because a lot of those changed from Republicans to independents this last election?
Great question. The thing there is the negativity, the attacks, the discord. We need to first put an end to that. As you put an end to that, thank you. We bring everybody together. For example, for this simple party, I'll be providing my services free of cost to the party, and I am volunteering to do that job. Why the animosity or accusations? So simple thing is, if we end this stuff and move on to the real agenda of the party, to grow the party, we can get a lot of things done. Just like I was talking about, no-cost solutions, there's some solutions that will cost money too. We can bring in the finance directors for some of these successful gubernatorial campaigns, senatorial campaigns, congressional campaigns, and these people can then help us raise money so that we can reach out to the electorate by going out there and running ads. Did you know ads? Educating the electorate about the Republican Party, that this is the party that Dr. King belonged to, and things on those lines. So, that's one of the things. Another thing is technology. We need to invest in technology some more so that we may be able to do narrowcasting. And these are some of the things that we can do with reaching out to the voter base and getting our message out there. Right now what's happening is, with our inner discord, we are so engaged in that whole thing, bad-mouthing each other, that we are not taking the time to respond to the Democrats and the attacks that they are launching against us. If we start responding to those and we start providing the right information, things like the first African American ever that was elected to Congress was a Republican. Some of the facts that Republicans overwhelmingly voted for emancipation, whereas Democrats were overwhelmingly against it. Getting these facts out there will bring us lots of voters who would want to join the party.
Questions on this side? You guys are quiet over here. All right, you got questions over here?